metro government. So we looked at the mayor programs first, all the initiatives that we've believed in. We really felt we had to take those off the table and remove those as a first step. And then, you know, we were comfortable taking the fund balance, reducing that, and to get to that 13 number. Now, with the new additional revenue that the council has asked for, we're going to have to work really hard to find it, and you know, without impacting the financial health of Davidson County.
There was already lots of controversy and unhappiness about the way this whole general hospital thing came up. Some people thought they got blindsided by the way you made the announcement. So the faith and confidence issue was already there before these other things happened. Are you going to have to work extra hard, particularly in some portions of the minority community, to make sure that you're still friends? Well,
I think that, you know, General Hospital and the conversation of the relationship with Meharry in general has been an ongoing conversation way before I came into office. And our goal has been to make sure that we are giving our most vulnerable folks the best health care possible, and that was what this was about. Meharry made a decision to take their residents away from the indexed hospital, and that gave us an opportunity. I guess the silver lining in all of this is now we have a lot of people who really care about this, and everybody's talking, and we're going to come up with the best solution for everybody.
February is usually the month that the mayor begins looking at the budget for next year.
Yes.
I suspect you'll be having your hearings, given the things we've just talked about in terms of general and how you've had to scramble to find the extra funds for them within the budget. Is it fair to say this is going to be a very difficult, tight budget year for Metro? I'm assuming you're not going to seek a property tax increase. You've got tax increases on the ballot coming up in May.
You know, we've always said that we're going to be fiscally responsible, and since we've come into office, we've had over $200 million of new revenue that has come through, and we've tried to be, you know, we gave employees a raise, which they hadn't had raises in a long time. So we're going to be able to continue to have that status quo of what we've already reaped over the last 2 years, but we're going to have to tighten our belts because we're going to have to replenish that fund balance.
I understand the general legislation has something about a strategic planning group or something that's going to be founded. Is that something that you asked for? Is that something the council wants to get involved in and sort of getting itself involved or taking over the process to decide about the future of General Hospital?
Well, I think that, as I said, that there are lots of different entities right now who are finally excited about trying to find a solution to how we care for our most vulnerable, and I think that's a great place for us to be.
Another major project that could be on Nashville's horizon. We are a finalist to perhaps be the home of Amazon's second North American headquarters. It's 50,000 jobs, millions upon millions of direct and indirect investment. The betting lines are all over the map in the country about what Nashville's chances are.
What's the one you've seen recently?
I've seen them from, we're going to be first. We're the top choice. I've seen something that said our odds are the worst. I suspect you're bullish.
Yeah, I am. That's a good way to put it.
Is it too aggressive for Nashville to try to get Amazon here? I mean, we don't seem to have the trained workforce for that. People talk about the affordable housing issues. Isn't that going to just make things worse here?
Well, I mean, people are coming to Nashville regardless of whether it's Amazon or others. And I think that, you know, what we have to do is we have to think about the city we want to be in the future. And the first thing we have to do that, whether it's Amazon or any other organization, is to pass transit. Transit has to be part of how we're going to get people around regardless of the companies that decide to locate here.
So if the transit plan is not approved by the voters, the chances for Amazon probably more or less go away and vanish.
Well, I mean, I think that whether or not Amazon comes here is going to be based on lots of different factors, but I think our overall growth and trajectory has to be will be determined on how we can get people around our city.
Is it just helpful for Nashville if we don't get it just to have been on the finalist list? Does it expose us or make us aware to other people that we wouldn't have been otherwise?
Absolutely. I mean, I think one of the things that folks you know, really love about our city is that we are known nationally, internationally for all these great things that we're doing, and making those connections with other mayors, with other organizations has been really a great part of my being in this position.
A couple of things going back to the revelation from last week. I know we've talked before about how much you love this job.
I do.
Do you still wake up every day excited to go to work about being the mayor, even with all the things you know you're going to have to deal with? You know you're going to have some tough days ahead. Newspaper headlines, TV stories, hearings to go be a part of and testify.
Yep. I love my job. I'm so lucky to be the mayor of this great city, and I want to keep doing it. I think we've been able to accomplish a lot of really good stuff over the last 2 years, and I don't do this by myself. We have an amazing team. We have an amazing metro departments that get up every day and work really hard, and that's what I love about our city.
How do you deal with it psychologically, though? I mean, do you take time sometime to vent and get ready to deal with it the next day or something like that?
Well, I mean, there's nothing to vent. I mean, it's,
or just take a deep breath and
I breathe a lot. I do take a lot of deep breaths, but I love the city.
How do you know when you've re-earned the faith and confidence of Nashvillians, and conversely, how do you know when it's not working or you've realized I'm not going to be able to get back there?
Well, Pat, I guess we'll figure that out over the next several weeks and months. But my goal is to continue to try and be the best mayor I can be, being out in our community, talking with our constituents, and making serious and critical decisions about what's best for Nashville.
So the programs you were looking for, you're not holding back on that. I mean, you're not going to say, well, I got to take care of all this stuff that's on my plate and there's other things going on. I don't try to push it too far.
Nope,
you're going to continue to be as you've been before.
We've always had an aggressive schedule and an aggressive agenda for Nashville that includes housing, it includes transportation, it includes economic development, it includes making sure our most vulnerable are taken care of, and that's not going to stop.
Mayor Berry, thank you again for coming in. We always appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us on Inside Politics. Hope you can be back here again for a future show. If you can't get into politics in the meantime, go to the News Channel 5 website. You'll find my Capitol View commentary there. There's new commentary posted every Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back here next time. Goodbye.